Hi, Cory, Neil, Rudel, live from Birmingham, Alabama. Neil, it's game day. Penn State versus Alabama. We've been waiting for this game for months. How much fun is this trip going to be?
It's going to be better, Cory, once you let me go to sleep. Get some sleep on this trip. Huh?
Well,
we're working around the clock.
Well, I've got this game kind of a blowout. I've got it 37-13. You've got it a little bit closer. What do you fully expect to see on the field today?
I expect a representative performance, at least by the Penn State defense. You have a freshman quarterback and special teams. So, I think that's the only way that Penn State can hang in this game. The other factor I think is going to be very interesting is the heat. As soon as we got off the plane today, you could tell how hot it is down here. Temperature at game time is going to be well over 80, if not 90. So I think that'll be interesting to keep your eye on how much depth they use. I noticed they used a lot of depth against Youngstown State in the front seven. So we'll see.
I was asking you about that on the plane ride down. How many times have they come to the true South and played in this kind of heat over the years?
Well, they've played Miami. That game was typically in September. They played, they've played Alabama, but that game, if I recall, was more mid-season, maybe October, maybe not this. The Miami game, that kind of heat, that was in, the early 90s.
As we're watching this game, clearly this game, it's not going to define Penn State's season, but the things that Penn State shows in this game will be building blocks for the rest of the season. What are you hoping to see from this game from Rob Bolden, from the offensive line, from Evan Royster, from the linebackers? All told, what are you hoping to see that they can build on?
Well, in the case of the line and Royster, decisiveness, playing hard, seemed like I didn't think that much of the team was that crisp against Youngstown State. Missed tackles on defense. And some of that may be because they were probably getting ready for Alabama for a couple weeks, probably worked them real hard, may not have had a lot of bounce in their legs for the opener, which is not unexpected for a Youngstown State opener because they're trying to look at the big picture. Bolden, you hope, we'll see how well he can manage a game, not make the big mistake, not make the key turnover, not fumble when he's hit and sacked. So those things. So I think you make a good point. This game's not going to define Penn State's season, and if it goes the way a lot of people think it can go, that it might go, they can't let it define their season.
Do you expect Penn State to come out and take many chances tomorrow, or do you expect Rob Bolden to be handing off a lot? Maybe 40, 45 carries for Penn State between Royster and Green and Silas Red, and maybe 15 to 18 throws on some short routes.
Yeah, I think a lot of that might be dictated by field position too. If they're all of a sudden they're pinned deep by a kickoff, an indecisive return, and they're at the 7, I don't look for them to have the same plan as if they're out at the 25 or 30.
Got to tell a real quick story. For Penn State fans out there that have traveled to many games over the years, you get on the plane, you see everybody wearing the Penn State gear and everything. This was a fun trip down here to Birmingham on the flight. You see all the people. Everybody is so fired up for this game. Penn State fans have been looking forward to this for a long time.
Yeah, and I think this is a game that a lot of people circled, wanted to take a trip. Maybe even before the whole quarterback situation began to evolve for Penn State. I think Penn State is probably more of an underdog now than when some of these people made their arrangements.
Do want to point this out. I'm kind of excited by little things. This is the key to the hotel room at the team hotel, and you can see the Nittany Lion logo on. I thought that was really a classy move. You don't generally see, you check into a hotel, they give you these keys. I just thought that was neat that it's got the Nittany Lion logo on there.
Yeah, they said that most of the visiting teams, presumably from the SEC, stay here, so I'm sure that was probably... I wonder if an Auburn Tiger gets this kind of consideration.
From Southern Hospitality. Score prediction?
I picked 28-9. Hopefully it'll be even more competitive than that.
I'd love to see a competitive game. The entire state of Pennsylvania would love to see a competitive game. This would be a phenomenal win. Would you agree? One of the best of Joe Paterno's career from a regular season standpoint if they could pull this out.
Oh, absolutely. You're talking about the number one team in the country, the defending national champion, a rebuilding Penn State team, particularly at quarterback. This would be on a very short list of the greatest wins that he's ever had.
Hopefully they can come out today and play very well. I've got it 37-13. Just don't think the offense is going to be able to stay on the field. And in 90-degree temperature, I think the defense is going to get worn down. But hey, let's hope we get to see a good game, and let's hope beyond what happens today, Penn State can build on this for the entire season.
Yeah, now it's time to get a little sleep, and we'll be set.
All right, good stuff. Enjoy the game, everybody.